was talking fantasy football with my friends the other day.
Well, Josh? Well, look who's back. Where the hell have you been? At home, sitting on your asses?
Go away now, Josh. Actually, my name is Alan.
The dorky white kid with a Cub Scout bandana on his head.
Bravo.
Echo.
November. Tango. On.
Football.
Oh, sorry.
I like how you look so stoic. I thought you fell asleep there.
No, I was watching the game. I forgot we were doing this thing. Welcome back, everybody, to another week of Bent on Fantasy Football. Alan and Josh here with you. We've got some cool stuff going on, including a game that's going on right behind the camera.
Yes.
So we're watching the game, and first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
And we are going to do the show while we're watching the Dallas and Giants game. So we may break away here and interrupt each other and whatever else to make a comment on the game. But
yeah, so if we have a brain fart, we can blame it on the game this week. We don't have to
right.
to fess up like we usually do.
Yeah, we've got about 11 minutes left in the second quarter of the game, so that's where we're starting off the show tonight. Great Thanksgiving so far.
Yeah.
We had a great game earlier today.
I'm stuffed. How about you?
I'm not stuffed.
Okay.
We didn't do the whole Thanksgiving dinner thing today, so I had pretty much a free day, which is I'm thankful.
Rare and great.
And I'm thankful for that, absolutely. So let's jump right into our beers and let's talk about what we have. You want to go first? Oh, you know what?
Let's just both go. So
right.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We
Yep.
appreciate you. We do this show for you, and
Yep. One of the things that we are thankful for is that you guys have are watching us first and foremost, and for those of you who have liked, subscribed, and shared, thank you so much, and keep doing that. Keep that momentum up for us. We appreciate that. We're out here having fun. Oh, look at that, a long pass. And
he got it. Oh my God! First and goal on the one.
Oh yeah, first.
Is that
and
Slayton?
Goal. That's Slayton. Yep.
That's Slayton.
Wow, I don't know how far that was, but that was pretty long. 50. No.
He kind of got resurrected this year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That was about a 45-yarder.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
See, guys, we just had a major brain fart.
Yeah.
You guys are like, come on, open the damn beers already.
Yeah, so here we go. You guys join us as you do every week. Pop open a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show.
That Thanksgiving beer tastes damn good, doesn't it?
And something else I'm thankful for is that flavorful foam.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, let's talk about our start and sit.
Start sit. Okay, we're going to do it a little differently this week.
Yeah.
At least Alan is.
Yes.
Recap of last week, you went 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think where you really got hurt was Brissett. He killed you on that sit against Buffalo.
He did.
He was one of the highest scoring quarterbacks. I think it was like the second or third highest at 32 points.
I'm glad I didn't have him on my team, so he'd have been on the bench.
Yeah. The thing that pissed me off, though, is I had Njoku when I lost that game. Touchdown. That's Barkley, right?
Yeah, I think it's Barkley.
Yeah, it's Barkley. Njoku got 2 targets, and he scored like 1.7 points or something. So if Brissett's putting up 330 with 3 touchdowns, what the hell? You got to get bent for not getting Njoku involved. But A-Rob killed you too, Allen Robinson. He had almost 15 points. Deontay Foreman, Tunyon, those were right on. I went 2-2. Ayuk, or wait a minute, no. I went 1-3. So there we go. Ayuk was really the only bright spot. Heineke killed me. I thought that game was going to be a blowout, and it was. One-sided offense, but Heineke just didn't put up any good numbers. Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers had a resurgence. There's really nothing to say about that. And T.J. Hawkinson, what can you... Or actually, you know what? I wrote the points down wrong. T.J. Hawkinson did win for me. We'll have to look that up. Maybe we won't. But I thought he had like 75 yards and 6 catches.
You know what? Just for the sake of argument, we'll call it a win. I don't care.
All right, cool. I need every win I can get at this point.
I'm cool with that.
Year to date, I'm 17-23.
17-23.
Allen's 21-19. No, you know what? I was wrong. Hawkinson did have a poop game. So, oh well. We're 38-42 combined.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
hey.
Not the worst ever.
We're almost there. So, Allen's going to do starts this week. We're going to do it a little differently, though. I'm going to bring up a game. He doesn't know which games I picked yet, but I'm going to surprise him on a few, and he has to pick a player from that's in that game, justify why he would start that player
from either team.
From either
and
team.
I'm going to pick a start from not either or not both teams, but either team, and for every position. So he'll pick a game. I'll do quarterbacks. Pick a game. I'll do running backs. So on and so on. And so
And
on.
the first game that just came to mind, you're going to hate me for this, but you have to pick your quarterback. You can't pick a running back or a receiver because that would be too easy. New England, Miami, or New England, Minnesota tonight. I think that's going to be a real stinker for quarterbacks, but especially with those defenses playing good. So it's got to either be Mac Jones or Kirk Cousins.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins. I don't like, man, I don't like either one of them.
It was your idea to do this. Yeah. Do it this way.
Yeah, but you're the one who limited me.
Well, hey.
I can only pick one, right? So, I mean, even if I had picked a running back, I can only pick one. I can't pick both of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm going to give you some real big snoozers this week.
So the first one, we have limitations on. I wanted that noted for the record. All right? Go ahead. Let's move on. I shall overcome.
You can't make the rules and then complain about them.
No, you're the one who.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy to cheat, wasn't it?
All right, the next game I'm saying this. I'm only bringing this up. The Bears and Jets. I think it's going to be a better game than the experts think. I know Fields is out. Jets aren't looking so hot after we thought they were a couple weeks ago. They are not who we thought they were. Okay, Denny Green, but running back, Chicago and New York Jets. I mean, you got a couple good guys there that you could pick, but the running back's got to be one of those two from one of those two teams.
I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna say that they're gonna have a better running game overall.
Well, you got to pick the running back.
Well, they only have one.
James Robinson?
No. I tried that last week. It didn't work out for me.
So who are you taking?
I'll take Montgomery.
Okay. Nothing against you, James. We still love you, but
no. I'll take Montgomery. The only reason I say that though is the Bears are, and I know Justin Fields opens up a lot of doors for the Bears in the running game, but they are leading the league in total offensive rushing yards. So
I wonder. I don't know.
Justin's not doing it all himself.
No, but I would expect that over 201 yards a game to drastically drop. I would say maybe down to 120, 130. I mean, that's still a damn respectable running game.
I don't know if the average will drop that much, but it'll drop significantly.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll drop.
I think the game plan's going to be a heck of a lot different, though, for defenses now without Justin Fields in. They'll really be able to key on that run.
For defenses, it definitely will be. For offenses, I mean, you're really losing on both sides. I mean, you're losing running game and you're losing passing game both, you know. I mean, Trevor Simeon's not exactly, you know, the number one backup in the NFL.
Surprised he's even in the league anymore,
I know. 2 years ago when
Broncos fans are probably pining over Trevor Simeon back now that Russell Wilson is doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right, so
I'm not just picking games. I'm not just trying to give you hard games. This game, we're big on Cincinnati this year. Both of us are. That offense, especially with those that receiving core. They got 2 stud backs now with Pirine coming out last week. Cincinnati, Tennessee. Now, surprisingly, Tennessee's been playing pretty decent. Their defense has. Cincinnati is a 3-point favorite on the road. Pick a receiver in that game. Now, I know Cincinnati's got a couple, and I know that Treylon Burks is a huge waiver wire pickup right now.
Why do I have to pick a receiver? I want to pick a different position.
No.
I want to pick a kicker in this one. Can I pick a kicker?
You can pick a kicker over a receiver if you want to do that, but no, you can't do that.
All right, fine. A receiver in this game. Man, I like T. Higgins a lot. But Jamar Chase possibly coming back is going to make it a little bit, going to cut into his
I hope he does come back because I have him. I don't know how much he'll be utilized, though.
Well, and the thing is that was almost a catch.
By your guy Lamb.
I got CD Lamb in this game, so I'm kind of keeping a close eye on him as we're talking. But by him coming back, it opens the doors for the other 2 receivers. It cuts into their catches a little bit, but it opens some doors for him too in coverage.
Oh God, yeah, it does.
So I'm kind of tossed on that. Who are they playing?
They're playing Tennessee.
Tennessee. on that side, I don't really like it.
I mean, Treylon Burks is a good. Treylon Burks is a great option in my opinion. I just don't like him. I wouldn't pick him over any of those Cincinnati receivers.
Yeah, I don't like anybody on Tennessee more than the Cincinnati receivers. I have a man crush on that whole offense this year.
Are you going to go with your guy Boyd, or are you going to stick with Higgins? You think?
I think I'm going to go with. Man, I think I'm going to go with Higgins.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Higgins.
That's not a bad call. I mean, he is the clear cut number one. Boyd is a bailout, but he can have a huge game or he can disappear.
Yeah.
And we've seen that throughout the course of the year. This next one, you're going to hate me. I'm only picking this game because I want to see your opinion on my dismal Arizona Cardinals team.
So I'm picking a tight end in this one.
Tight end.
All right. Okay.
It's got to be from the Chargers or the Cardinals. The only reason I brought this game up because we were both high on Gerald Everett going in, and he's really pooped the bed as of late. Ertz I wasn't as high on, and he's injured. So, who do you pick?
I like Everett.
You like Everett? Okay.
I like Everett. Now the thing about Everett though is I don't know if he's going to play or not.
Who is going to play in that game? Who is worth playing in that game besides DeAndre Hopkins?
I mean he's questionable right now, so I don't know if he'll make the cut or not. I'm going to go with Everett. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that
it's probably going to be better than any of my picks I would have made. So
yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
But, anyway, let's move on to yours then.
Okay. You guys know me. I like to do some off the cuff, real controversial picks, and I'm gonna stick with that. My record shows it, 17-23. So Mahomes. I don't like Mahomes. They're almost a 16-point favorite against the Rams. I just don't see Andy Reid running up the score. At this point in the season, they pretty much have that division locked up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go out on a limb. If they're up by 2-3 touchdowns early in that game, he's not going to really extend Patrick Mahomes to the point where it could risk their playoff implications. Mahomes, and I'm only saying this, and most of these, my picks here, you'll see, or a few of them at least, are just because the necessity is not going to be there this week. The need is not going to be there. So I don't think Mahomes. Now, granted, if Mahomes puts up 15 points, I'll take that as a win because Mahomes has been putting up. He's the number one scoring quarterback. If he scores 25-30, yeah, that's what he does every week. But if he puts up 15 points here, and a guy like Geno Smith or Derek Carr outscores him, I'll take that as a win. What do you think about that?
I'm going to say you're too early in the season for that philosophy. I think that philosophy plays in, but not this early. We still got a lot of weeks left in the season. There's still a lot of things for the teams to play for. Home field advantage.
I was nudging you under the table to agree with me to make me look good. But...
okay. So I think that's a really good call, Josh.
This John, man, they just showed him the turducken. So
yeah, we actually are going to talk about that in just a minute too. We kind of skipped over that to get to our starts and sits.
Yes.
But I think it's too early in the season. I think it's too early to have that philosophy.
Okay.
I don't foresee them pulling, unless it's a complete blowout and they're in the fourth quarter. I don't really see them pulling Mahomes out. I think they're going to try to keep that offense moving and keep it all in line and keep the engine flowing in the whole 9 yards. But we'll see. I could be right.
Yeah. You're a jerk. Another reason I brought up Mahomes, not just because the necessity is Pacheco. Man, that guy is looking good. He is really, really looking good. He looks like Kansas City's version of Tony Pollard. So I think he's going to be involved a lot more. I want to see what he can do.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
So that's a loss for me. Just kidding.
All right.
My next guy, Ramondre, who I absolutely love this year. I drafted him, I think, in the 8th round or so. I was high on him all year long, and I said he would be the starter over Damian Harris, and he really is. But they're going up against the Minnesota defense tonight. A short turnaround time from that abysmal New York Jets New England game we were watching, and we were trying not to watch because it was so bad. But a short turnaround time against that Minnesota team who really has a good rushing defense. I don't know how that game's going to go tonight. It's not going to be a pretty game, I don't think. New England, Minnesota. You got two good defenses. You saw what Justin Jefferson did last week.
Yep.
And, yeah, But we'll see if he can bounce back. But I don't like Ramondre against that Minnesota team, especially at home. Minnesota's favored. New England, I really don't see many bright spots for them.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. I'm not big on Ramondre for the season anyway. At least not as big as you are. So yeah, I could live with that.
Okay.
I think you might be able to be right on that one.
Okay. I hope so. And this next guy, it pains me to say this because you guys all know, especially Alan, how much I love my boy Brandon Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, this is one of those games. San Francisco is a big favorite against New Orleans. I don't think the need's really going to be there. Debo's really starting to get more targets now. Kittle had a great game, that 2-touchdown game. Ayuk barely bailed me out last week on my starts. He had 2 catches, 20 yards. So that's 3 points in a half-point PPR. Luckily, those 2 catches were touchdowns. So that's the only thing that really saved me. Surprisingly, his targets have gone down consistently over the last 3-4 weeks, and I don't know why. I question Garoppolo's accuracy because he's not looking. Granted, they're playing the Cardinals, the greatest defense ever in the history of the NFL,
high school football,
of the Girl Scouts, the football league. So, but no, my Cards are abysmal. That defense is not good, and he still looked lackluster.
Yeah.
You know, his accuracy is leaves something to be desired. I think that running game is going to run all over New Orleans, and I think that defense, their defense is looking like the San Fran of 3-4 years ago.
Well, I'll tell you this: when they put Christian McCaffrey in that offense changed dramatically, and a lot of that's not done yet. They're still trying to figure out all the details of how that everything's going to play together. So, that might be a good sit, at least at this point in the season. I'm not quite sold on Ayuk.
I am for long term, and
a few weeks down the road, yes, I'm totally good with that because I think they'll get everything together. They'll figure out how to put Ayuk and how to put McCaffrey and how to get all the pieces of the puzzle together, working together. But until that, like I said, I'm a little low on him right now.
Okay. And then my last guy, we talked about this guy last year on our first show. Told you to really temper your expectations for him. And we were right. Last year, where he was being drafted, he really didn't live up to it. I love Kyle Pitts for his career. I think he's going to be a great tight end. There's a reason they took him 4th overall, but they're playing Washington. That Washington defense is really, really coming into their own in the last couple weeks. I don't like that offense. We got 1 week it revolves around Cordero. 1 week it revolves around that passing game, which is mediocre at best. They really need to figure out what they want to do with that game plan. Mariota's a decent quarterback. He shined bright in a couple games this year, but they just don't seem to be knowing what they're doing with any of the play calling. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a focus. They just seem to pick a play out of a hat and just throw it up there. I don't think Pitts is going to have a good game this week. I really don't.
Yeah, when anytime an NFL team drafts a tight end, it's the long game they're playing. They're not playing the short game.
Yeah.
Unless they just happen to get lucky and get somebody who's right out of the gates, just tearing it up. Very few and far in between. So this season as a whole, I like Pitts. I like his talent. I like the things he can do. I don't think they're going to put it all together though this year. I agree. I think Atlanta's just not going to have a whole lot of success doing anything this year.
Yeah, and they really dropped the ball by not really making any big moves.
That ball hit the scoreboard.
It looked like it did.
Oh,
yeah, that's got us bent a couple times with that scoreboard in Dallas.
Right.
Okay, so those are my sits. So we'll see if I can get closer to 500 here in the next couple weeks, or you'll go 4-0 and bail me out. So as a team, we'll be closer. But
all right, fair enough. Before we jump on to Gub, though,
yes,
I do want to make mention too. It is Thanksgiving. We're watching football. The big tradition.
Oh, dang it!
The big tradition for these games today was the great John Madden.
Yes.
He always had his turducken, or the 6-legged turkey that you'd see all the time.
God, that was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So hats off to him again as a legend. And our thoughts are with his family during Thanksgiving too, and wish them a happy Thanksgiving as well.
Absolutely.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
because you know what, I know they're listening out there.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they got to be.
You mean watching or listening?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing both.
Unless they have us muted and they got the game volume up, so like the opposite of
watching us and listening to the game.
Yeah.
That could be. That could
yeah,
be.
probably.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's jump into Gub.
All right, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll start because mine is not going to take as long as it did for me to explain to you what it actually is.
Okay. And that was painful, guys. So
it was for me too because he just didn't get it.
I don't get a lot of things. If it's on you if you don't realize that at this point.
All right, so what's got me bent this week is all the phoniness that goes into the broadcasting and the interviews and everything in the NFL. I was watching the game earlier. After the game, it was the Buffalo Bills game. They had Josh Allen out there. By the way, great name.
Yes,
too.
greatest name ever.
Probably the best ever in football. The only way it could have been better is if it was Allen Josh. That's kind of a
well, it is if you look at it.
If
If you look at it like in a phone book, it's Allen, Josh.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
There you go.
It's a win-win.
All right, whatever. Get on to your point.
All right.
Stop talking.
No. Some of these announcers, for example, when they're talking about the game, they call the game fine. They'll tell you some things that you probably didn't see or didn't catch or whatever, but they also get into how all the players are like their best friends, and they were just talking to them the other day, and I was watching the Bills game, like I started to say, and they had Josh Allen, they had Stephon Diggs, and they had Tyler Bass. They went to Josh Allen first, and he just praised everybody else. They went to Stephon Diggs and said, "No, I got the greatest quarterback ever." Tyler Bass said, "These guys got me here. It's all them." They were just everybody was patting each other's back so much that they couldn't even get it in a word edgewise.
Yeah.
And it was kind of ridiculous, but all phony, all fake. I don't like it. It's got me bent. Get rid of it. Let's be real. He should have been saying. Stephon Diggs should have been saying, "Yeah, you know what? We are awesome, man. We make a great team. We're gonna do this forever." Blah blah blah. Not oh, it's all him, not me.
It makes me want to lament to the days of Peyton Manning and the idiot kicker comment. You know what I mean?
Yes. Where is that? I need that. So that's what's got me bent. What's got you bent, John?
What's got me bent? Now I'm not a big soccer fan. Are you, Alan?
No.
Okay. I love sports in general. I don't watch soccer. I get your updates on my phone for the World Cup, and I'm sure you do too through the sports apps that we have. But I do love the World Cup in the sense that where else in the world, when is there ever another time where, every 4 years, where you can bring together sports fans from all around the world to focus and share one event like this? And the reason I bring that up is because we've known that FIFA has had some corruption, not allegations, but convictions. People are serving prison sentences. And Qatar, or Qatar, you can pronounce it either way, got the World Cup this year. And some of the stuff that I've seen is absolutely appalling. It's just disgusting the way that they're treating some of the fans, some of the players, some of the journalists. The World Cup is supposed to be all about unity, bringing people together. I don't know if you saw this, but they're arresting people for wearing pride shirts, pride armbands. They're using military force to go in and intimidate fans, journalists, prevent them from wearing this stuff, and it's just absolutely disgusting to me. The World Cup is all about unity, okay? Bringing sports fans from all around the world together. And here Qatar is promoting the exact opposite. And I hate it.
Yeah, so Qatar, if you're watching.
Get bent.
Fantasy? No, just get bent.
Yes, not on fantasy football.
No, all right. So yeah, I know you said everything. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we should move on to WOMF.
That was easy.
Okay.
It was. So is this.
Now, again, guys, Allen did have a push, and again, it came on the Bills. So he had 2 pushes over the course of the season, both on the Bills spreads. Allen went 1-2. I went 1-3. That Packer game really killed me. So now, if you know me, if you guys know me, and Alan knows even worse or even more than anyone else, I hate betting, or not betting, but picking teams not to score. Okay? I took an under on the Packer game, 41.5. What the hell was I thinking? So I not only lost on Packers at home, but a 41.5, that's a low over. I love that. I love seeing teams score. I figured, you know what, it's got to happen, and it did. So I went 1-3. My record on the year is 12-20. So hey, I'm doing awesome. Doing better than some NFL teams out there. Allen's 14-16. He went 1-2 with one no
Almost
contest.
as good as your starting sits.
My starting sits are actually a little better than that. So
It's almost as good.
Yes. So I'm gonna go first this week. And let's see. There's some real stinkers on here when I was filling this out. Just so you know. I hope I don't get one of them. Womp. Wait, is that pink or
The
is
pink
that?
one.
Oh,
Yeah, you got the
God,
pink
I think the pink ones are bad.
Turn around.
If I remember correctly, I think the pink ones are bad.
Oh boy.
Yep. Denver versus Carolina. Denver at Carolina. Wow. Can I just go home and not pick this week?
Can we start all over?
Yeah.
No.
Denver
You
at
told me before we cannot respin.
Right, we cannot respin. Denver at Carolina. Denver's a 1-point favorite on the road. Listen to this over under 36. We were talking about this before the show. I'm not going to make that same mistake. I don't care how bad these teams are. Over 36. No. You're a bad influence on me.
I hope nobody scores.
Denver, Carolina.
It's a 0-0.
They're both. I don't like either one of these teams. I'm going to take Carolina plus the one at home.
That was easy.
Yeah, I don't like either one, but I'll take Carolina plus one.
All right.
All right. One for the
And what did you do on the over-under?
I went over, okay? Over.
All right, it's this one right here.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, God, that's just as bad.
What? What is it?
Atlanta versus Washington. Washington minus 4.5. What's the over-under?
40 and a half. Or 40, yeah, 40 and a half. Oh, man. All right, so Atlanta and Washington. I'll take Washington in
The 4.5?
Yeah.
Is that on the road or is that in Washington? It's
Washington.
in Washington, okay.
Yep.
4.5?
Yep, and I'm going with the over.
Okay, over 40.5?
Yep.
All right, so we got two stinkers. Let's see if we can actually get a good game here.
Yeah, let's get a good one.
You know, we were talking before this. There's two teams that are 15 to 16 point favorites. What do you got? You got Kansas City, and then what's the other one? I forget. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Oh God, what's this?
The yellow one. Ooh, yellow.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, let's see. I have. Oh God, come on! This is the other one. 14-point favorite. Houston and Miami. Miami minus 14.
Ooh.
47. Houston, I don't like at all, so I'm going to take Miami minus 14. Not that I like Miami a lot, but I just hate Houston, so I'm going to take Miami minus 14 and the over 47. Miami can score. Davis Mills, I believe, is out now, isn't he? He did get injured. I think he's questionable, but
he is questionable. Yeah, I read that earlier today.
I think it's more highly questionable from what I hear. So,
yeah,
kind of like some of Herschel Walker's behavior. So, anyway. Anyway, Alan, your turn to womp it.
All right, let's spin the figure on and stop talking about Herschel. Oh, that's the same one you had, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad one. You don't want
I
that.
don't want that one.
Oh my God! Come on, Alan, get with the program here.
You don't want any better than that.
All right.
Maybe I'm spinning it the wrong way.
We're gonna turn this 29-minute show into an hour and a half just for you spinning. So.
Hey, it's not my fault you picked the wrong ones.
I know.
All right, this is a good one. Tampa Bay versus Cleveland.
God. It's Tampa Bay. Cleveland's at home, right?
Yeah, Cleveland's at home. Tampa Bay's favored by 3.5, and it's a 42.5 over under. Oh,
I don't like any of them.
These all sucked.
I'll take the under 42.5 for seconds that we'll be watching that game.
Yeah. I'm going to take Cleveland in this one, and I'm going to go over.
Plus 3.5?
Yeah, Cleveland plus 3.5, and I'm going to go over.
You know, since you have it now, since you had to pick that, maybe that'll give us an incentive to actually want to watch that game. Probably not, though.
Doubt it.
But,
yeah.
But we'll see.
Let's see what the other pink one was. Cincinnati and Tennessee. I'd have taken that one. That was a good one.
Well, there's some real snoozers on here.
Chicago and the Jets.
Chicago and the Jets. Chicago and the
Don't
Jets.
take them off. Leave them back on there, though. Leave them on there so we know which ones we want.
Yes, sir. Well, I have them written down here.
I know, but jeez.
I'm sorry, gotta respect my elders.
Yeah, and me too. You guys didn't know Josh is older than me, did you?
Yeah, there's no response to that because that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard you say.
So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you pass this video along to other people who can laugh at us or with us or however you want to look at it.
Yeah, and today's a real quick show because, like we said, it's Thanksgiving, time to spend with families.
Hold on, it's not a quick show yet. Hold on.
It's
Hold
not.
on.
Okay.
I want to talk about kickers.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then do you want to sing that song?
I do.
Teddy Bear at the end?
Yeah. I
Okay.
do. All right. So I'm not doing that. No, kickers. We were just talking before the show, and kickers are like going ballistically great or ballistically bad, however you want to look at it. I mean, 1 week it's one thing, and 1 thing it's the other, or 1 week it's the other. Well, we've got kickers that are kicking from 55 plus on a regular basis now,
Including Graham Gano today.
Yeah, and I mean. So kickers don't get enough credit, especially on the Benton Fantasy Football Show. They don't get enough credit, okay?
Right.
So we're going to give the kickers a little love today, all right?
Probably won't give them much more for the rest of this career doing this, but we'll give them a little love.
Well, we already did. We mentioned them. So now we're done with that. Let's move on to whatever's next.
Okay. Oh, there were 3 kickers, by the way, that outscored many quarterbacks in the NFL. I think the highest was 29, and then you played against Maher, which kind of screwed you. 22 points there.
Yeah. So today in the Buffalo game, right? Buffalo
interception. Prescott just got picked off.
Yeah.
That looked like a pass interference flag, but apparently not.
We got a 10-7 game with a minute 50 left in the second quarter, so...
Maybe that ref was a Giants fan.
Yeah, I think so.
Watch this play right here. This looks like pass interference to me. That is obvious pass interference.
I seen a play earlier in that game. It was definitely a late hit.
Mhm.
Anyway, anyway, what were we talking about before I was so rudely interrupted?
Kickers.
Oh, that's right, kickers. Well, how would I forget that? No, but the game earlier today, a kicker on Detroit, kicker on Buffalo, both missed extra points, right? Comes down to the end of the game, they both become heroes, except Tyler Bass was the hero last, so they won. But both
actually, he did kick a 50-yarder, I believe, didn't he?
He did. And if I don't know if you guys seen that, but it went way right, and it came back way left and just made it inside the upright. Same thing with Bass. He made it just inside the upright.
Yeah.
So kickers, super awesome, but also super terrible.
Yes.
So anyway, that's our love for kickers. That's the best we can give them.
And there's a funny YouTube video I was bringing up to Alan earlier because he mentioned Gano. Was it this game? Yeah, it was this game. He kicked a 57-yarder. And I said, you got to watch on YouTube. There's a short that he posted where he's playing his young children wanted to play kickball with him, and he thought it'd be funny. They were in their backyard, and the kid rolled the ball out. Looks like he barely even swung his foot, but it went about 50 yards out of the yard, into the trees, into the forest behind the house. Kids were pissed, but it was funny. So hats off to Graham Gano. And that's the last time we're going to probably mention Graham Gano, unless he commits a felony or something, or does something stupid.
And probably kickers in general.
Yes, yes.
But hey, hats off to you guys. You guys do your job most of the time pretty well. So good job.
Yes.
So anyway, again, like, subscribe, share, get us out there, spread the word, get some other people laughing at us too.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yep, and don't forget to get bent
on tryptophan and fantasy football.